All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog Monday edition and Tuesday edition. That's right, double feature edition, but it's also not Sunday edition. Um, I did actually start recording it, and I got about 20 minutes in, and I was like halfway through the puzzle and not enjoying it all that much. And it ended up being like two or three separate, like solving sessions, and at the second one, I was just like, I was not feeling it. I was like, I don't feel like recording this. Yeah, it was just kind of garbage puzzle. I would say a 2 out of 10. But hopefully this new week is better. Go ahead, get rid of all those times. Looking at a classic Monday type of situation. Nice multiple ways to get in this corner. Get in and out of the corner, I guess. Um, oh, and then the banner's just not here anymore. Finally. I almost miss it at this point. Let's get it started. D, no, egg, um, frog, BFFs, Bade goodbye, Aria, don't move, don't, uh, finger flick or something, Edna, drama maybe, Lara, welcome, aroma, finger roll, SNL probably, class, Aaron Judge, solar flare, um, fate. Let's go up here. Okay, reggae, rash, echo, acorn, shide, honey, agree, acted, arm candy, main street, ease, skaters. Okay, ice dancers, Nepali, gene splicing, don't get up. Those are epic, SETI, sea blue, and knuckle sandwich, Nini sky blue, the knees, Nader, lava, Tava, T-bones, toe beans, rips, tears, an Audi, euros, road, sandbar. What are dog desires? Something scraps? Just, or leftovers? Nope. I am pay. Um, erase. Aisles. That's the apps. Chaps. Shoal. People. Food. Uh, fab. Also. Bows. Odor. Beer. Something. Probably HBO. Hidey hole. Those are hats. Uh, acid. The. Edie. Went. Earned. Rise. Pity. All right. Now that felt smooth. 000321. What was my best ever Monday? Because that I think I had a 316 or something. Let's take a look real quick. 319. Wow, so 2 seconds off my best ever. Can't really ask for more than that. Um, and then in terms of the puzzle itself, I thought it was quite good. So Um, it's actually quite an interesting little theme or cute collection of things. I would say all of these stand on their own. I would say finger roll is maybe the weakest, but still okay, and knuckle sandwich I think the best. But these are all body parts and then a food. So a roll, like bread, candy, sandwich, beans, all food, and then toes, knuckles, arms, and fingers are all body parts. Um, yeah, I think this is, a sort of perfect Monday theme. Really, no complaints on the concept or the execution. I think all of these are sort of cutesy little phrases, and they all work with the theme. I think it's a really tight theme, really, really well done. And then on top of that, I thought the fill was very solid. There's actually quite a lot of long stuff in here. Um, Solar Flare I liked. Don't Get Up, I love my phrases. Hidey Hole is cute, sort of in that same cutesy genre as everything else here. Ice Dancers, it is a thing. Not, my favorite bit of fill. Not that it's bad, but it's just I, you think of ice skaters, ice dancers is a little like less common. Not that that's bad. I don't know. It's just, it's more of a matter of a taste than me thinking this is objectively bad. Um, there are proper nouns here and there. We have our Edie, we have our Sealy. Carol was probably the biggest question mark for me in the puzzle. I am not super familiar with that word, to be honest. But all in all, I think everything was crossed quite fairly. But yeah, definitely a lot of proper nouns. Easy proper nouns still, but a lot of them. Um, but yeah, so where does that land us with a rating? I liked it a lot. I think this is about as good as a Monday theme gets. And the fill also felt above average. So I think I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I think this is a really, really solid Monday puzzle. Hopefully, well, first of all, hopefully this loads. There we go. Hopefully this Tuesday lives up to that high standard. However, I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. I don't know. Something about this little shape and this little shape looks amateurish, I have to say. But maybe I'm judging too early on. It's just like is a suspicious shape. Um, all right, let's get started. No guts, no glory. Uh, Probably S there. Stenographer. U-boat. Okay. Hingelet a Stein. I bet. Uh, Ever fixed mark hope, I guess. Guilds, maybe. Brief time. Day in the sun. Oh, love. Tevi. Nori. Those are roots. On to something. Oto. Into thin air. Total. Toted. Terra. HDTV. Something on Earth. Down to Earth. Dude. Den. Uh, Evolution. New in town, maybe? Uvia. Anti. New in town. Elite. Unique. Tequila. Uncap. Under the sea. Uh, Eat dams. Probably Icarus. Uncap. Erie. No idea. TSA. Lamina. Runt. Apses. Dams. Apses. Ot, I think. Orca. Lava. Etna, ensnare trap, pointed the time. Christini, no. Play a more. Lapse. Prefix. Nope. Wood strip. Slat. Floral shade. Madame. And standard time. Step on. Wood strip. Lath or something. ID or something. Lilac. There you go. Cannoli. Is it really that? I don't know. Light. Instigate. Certain monk. España. Spa. King Tut. Nat. Coup d'etat. Ice. Tesco. Or maybe Tesso. Cafe. Nation. A slat. Aslan. Leafy. Onyx. Latex stall. Cannoli. All right. Wow. Well, can't complain about that time either. 00:03:55. Wow. And what was my best time ever on a Tuesday? Let's see. Well, that was that was it. You just saw it. Um, so really off to a raring start this week. Let's go ahead and admire the puzzle. I do take back, my I went in with a sort of a negative outlook just based off of the shape of the puzzle, and I do think um, there are certain parts of this that aren't ideal, but in terms of the theme here, extremely creative, and I think very well executed. So this concept of Icarus getting too close to the sun, going into thin air, falling down to earth, and like falling into the sea, is really cute, and I think all of these phrases stand on their own regardless. Um, so I don't know. This is another big win on the theme category for me. And again, they also managed to stick in some long fill. I liked New in Town and Evolution. Instigate, nothing wrong with that. Capuchins, that's where we start to go a little bit off the rails. Not off the rails, but definitely not as good in my mind. And then this Tevier, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. That one's a bit much, especially crossing steno for a Tuesday puzzle. It's a bit tough, I would say. In general, I think this area is a bit tough for a Tuesday puzzle. Also, like, if you've done a bunch of crosswords, U-boat isn't going to trip you up, but this definitely, I remember the first time I saw U-boat in a grid and it blew my mind because you see UB and you're like, I have no idea what that could ever be. So I could definitely imagine that tripping people up. Also, Aslan and Tesco right next to each other. Again, I'm familiar with them, but I would not fault someone for getting tripped up there. And then Madama, I just did not know it was an A there, to be quite honest. And then ID, crossing like ID, not great. Crossing Lath, also not great. So I think this one didn't hold it together quite as nicely as the Monday puzzle did in terms of the uh, the non-theme fill. Um, and I'm definitely gonna have to knock off points there, but I think this is still definitely above average on account of the theme being really creative. Um, but I wouldn't fault anyone for being annoyed enough by it to count it as below average. I'm gonna give this one I don't know. I'm feeling generous. So 6.5 out of 10. Um, so yeah, off to a very fast start for the week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.